following him. So for that grain to die is an advantage. Praise the name of the Lord. And that's why Jesus had to die. In the morning, we're told that even the devil who was orchestrating, his death, he was putting his death into process, never understood what the benefit of his death will cost, or what the danger of Christ's death will cost him. The Bible says if the devil had known, he would have protected Jesus. He wouldn't have allowed him to die. He would have allowed Jesus to stay up to 100 and something years. But the mystery of his death beat the devil's imagination. Praise the name of the Lord. So Christ submitted himself to the most ridiculous, to the most painful and shameful death. And all he did was just for you and I, to open up the gates for us to have this salvation. What are the things, what are the benefits that you and I and the entire world can benefit from the death of Christ? Number one, when Christ died, he took our place. Praise the name of the Lord. It is designed for man to die because man was wicked. The Bible tells us in Genesis that it repented God that he has made man. Why? Because the imaginations of the heart of man is so wicked. So the nature of man was evil. The deeds, our waking thoughts, our sleeping thoughts, they are all geared towards evil. So there was nothing good to write home about man. Hence, we are heading towards condemnation. Man was heading towards, destruction, but for the intervention of Christ. So on the cross of Calvary, he took our place. Let's look at Mark chapter 15. Mark 15, we're going to read 6 to 15. Mark chapter 15, from verse 6. It says, now at the feast, he released unto them one prisoner, whomsoever they desired. 7. And there was one named Barabbas, which lay bound with them that had made insurrection with him, who had committed murder in the insurrection. And the multitude, crying aloud, began to desire him to do as he had ever done unto them. But Pilate answered them, saying, will ye that I release unto you the King of the Jews? For he knew that the chief priest had delivered him for envy. But the chief priest moved the people that he should rather release Barabbas unto them. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, what will ye then that I should do unto him, whom ye call the King of the Jews? And they cried out again, crucify him. When you read down, you will discover where they said it is better for one man to die than the whole world. They never knew that they were speaking a prophetic word. That it is better instead of the entire world will die in their sins. It is better for one man to take that substitutionary death and die for them. So the world, they chose Barabbas. And who is Barabbas? A criminal, a hardened criminal, a murderer. And so many of us, we are like that. We're criminals. There is nobody sitting here looking at me today that will ever say that he has not stolen before. We are all criminals. There are people who have murdered. They've murdered physically. They've murdered through abortion. There are people who have murdered by aiding abortion. Both men and women. We are all in the place of Barabbas. So we are supposed to die. Pilate knew this, that Barabbas ought to die. But because of the chief priests, because he was moved with envy, He was envious about the king of, the King Jesus. Out of envy, he moved the people to cry, crucify Jesus, but release Barabbas. They chose a man that has never sinned.